flash, I'm about to bring the sun back. Forecast looking bright for the comeback. Can't ignore it, promise you can never sun that. I pray for it, get ready for the comeback. Yeah, yeah, I think it's time for the comeback. Yeah, I hope you ready for the comeback. I think it's time for the comeback. I hope you ready for the comeback.
Ayo, Jay, can we get some ratchet one time?
Okay, we back now. It's been a minute, foot is on the gas now. Ain't no limits, I swear I can never cap out. Yeah, they don't let me loose, I'ma act out. Cause I'm back out. Whoa, look, I'm back now. Back now. Somebody tell them that we back now. Somebody tell them that we, yeah. I got the city on my shoulder, straight to the top, yeah. I told you I never drop what I'm holding, yeah. I got the team with me. We gotta go and we on a roll, so we never see defeat. Yeah, lights still shine even when the world's dark, and I still stride even when it gets harder. We stayed steady since the day that we started. No, we ain't stopping, I know we got it. Look, we back now. It's been a minute, foot is on the gas now. Ain't no limits, I swear I can never cap out. Yeah, they don't let me loose, I'ma act out. Cause I'm back out. Whoa, look, I'm back now. Somebody tell them that we back now. Somebody tell them that we back now. Look, we back now. It's been a minute, foot is on the gas now. Ain't no limits, I swear I can never cap out. Yeah, they don't let me loose, I'ma act out. Cause I'm back out. Whoa, look, I'm back now. Somebody tell them that we 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 back now. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll. And it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Ayy, on the road, here we go. Yeah, we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming, I'm a landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command like. Yeah, you about to see me on demand like. You know on demand. If you ain't know, you about to understand. Yeah, I got the team by my side, right hand. Yeah, take it to a string, you ain't seen it like that. Yeah, and it's the dream, and we coming for the bag. Yeah, and we ain't never going back now. Future expedited, now we on the fast track now. They won't lend a hand, now they see us on the map now. It's time to act out. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll. And it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Ayy, on the road, here we go. Yeah, at the top of the class on a roll. Ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Yeah, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Yeah, on the road, here we go. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, hey, on a roll, here we go, yeah. At the top of the class on a roll, hey, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know, yeah. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah, on a roll, here we go, here we go. Here we go. On a roll, here we go, here we go.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Frankie Candles live stream every single weekday right here for the rest of 2024 on the Frankie Candles YouTube channel at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Guys, it's the first stream of 2024, and I'm already botching up the intro. But what is going on, Mafia? Thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate every single one of you guys for tuning in and spending your precious time with the Candle Mafia and your boy Frankie Candles to do some, I don't know about maybe 2 hours, maybe 2.5 hours, maybe it's not going to be a short stream, guys. We're 2024. We are doing no short streams whatsoever. As you guys know, that comes naturally to me as we never do short streams. But thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate you, all you guys for tuning in for tonight's live stream. Happy 2024. And guys, Bitcoin kicking off the year with some exciting price action, cracking that $45,000 level that we've been looking at for what feels like forever. We have finally broken this level of resistance. What does this mean for the future of Bitcoin moving into 2024? Are we going to see that $48,000 to $50,000 price target? Or are we just going to turn around and dump from where we came from, where we're at right now? We're going to cover all of it in tonight's live stream. Let's see. Let's go. Shout out to Bitfrog said, oh my God, I haven't seen Frankie in like half a month. Shout out to Bitfrog. Yeah, as you guys know, I did take some time off last week, which does feel like half a month in my opinion. But yeah, as you guys know, I did take some time off to ease the eyes a little bit, take the charts off the eyes, come back to 2024 with a fresh view of the markets, ready to hit the ground running. We got some really, really cool stuff going on this year, guys. We're going to be dropping some really cool stuff coming up very soon. I don't want to leak too many details here, but we are going to be releasing some new stuff coming up in the next couple of weeks. So get excited for that. 2024 is going to be a crazy year for the Candle Mafia. But guys, thank you all for tuning in. And obviously, Bitcoin has cracked that yearly high that we've been waiting for. And we didn't get any harsh rejections. What does this mean for Bitcoin going into 2024? Are we going to see that 50K level? Is it possible to surpass the 2021 bull market high this year? We're going to be talking about the possibilities of that. And if we did crack those highs, being that 69,000 Bitcoin all-time high, if we did crack these levels, what can we be expecting in 2024? What are those price targets I'm looking at? And if we're going to see a bearish year, we're going to take a look at those bearish levels as well. And kind of where my line in the sand is, where I'm going to expect much further downside for Bitcoin and where I would be willing to buy that dip for more highs in 2024. But before we get into it, guys, don't forget to smash that like button. Every 100 likes we get, you guys get a spin on the wheel of pain and pleasure, which is really just the wheel of pleasure. But smash up that like button, guys. If we hit 550 likes on tonight's live stream, I will be giving away something extra good. We're going to give away some hats. We'll give away some premium Discord memberships. We'll see what happens. But we got to get 550 likes, so smash out that like button if you have not already. And before we dive into the price action, guys, let's go ahead and say what's up to the Candle Mafia. And let's see. I see you guys already going nuts in chat. Shout out to Darren Does Things. As always, good to see you in here, bro. We got Theo Rodriguez. What is going on, bro? Crypto Billy in the house. Shout out to, as some of you guys like to call him, Billy Goat. Shout out to Crypto Billy. Thank you for being here, bro. And shout out to Rob the Crypto Snob, Tyler Durden, Chemistry, bro, D Petty Crypto, Crypto A9. You guys know who the mods are. Show them some love in the chat. They help me out endlessly with this YouTube channel, and I know you guys love them, so show them some love in the chat. We got Donato Cabrera in the chat. What is going on, bro? Thank you for tuning in. We got Crypto Crab. I almost said Crypto Crab Meat. Crypto Crab Man. What is going on, bro? Thank you for tuning in. Let's see. We got Creighton C in the chat. Sue Deep, what is going on? We got Cuz I Can Bump It, or as I like to call him, Koozie Can. Shout out to you, bro. And speaking of cans, guys, today's episode's energy is brought to you by Aztecian Cactus Moss Water, the official energy drink of the FCU, which is Frankie Candles University. But guys, shout out to the Candle Mafia. John Vucci in the chat. Apples up north. Shout out to you. Thank you for being here. Let's see. Last but not least, we got DMB Smurth. We got Emax. Shout out to you, bro. And I don't know. We just got a super chat from, I think that's a scam. I think it's a scam account. I don't know what that is. Yeah, ignore that super chat, guys. I'm just kidding. Shout out to Tony D, who is literally just landed coming back from New York. So he just touched down into the ATL, ready to hit that ground running with the Candle Mafia. So shout out to Tony D, guys. And with all that being said, we got some crazy stuff to look at here on Bitcoin. So let's go ahead and without further delay, go ahead and check out these charts. Let's go ahead and get into it. So that transition was completely botched. I don't know why that happened. And actually, guys, hang on. Let's just do another awkward transition. That makes no sense. Okay, no transition. But guys, let me just go ahead and adjust my screen size here because I know you guys hate that ultra-wide monitor because nobody can see the price levels, and that is arguably the most important part of this live stream. So let's go ahead and jump back into the charts. Here we go. So I don't know why I can't turn that transition off, guys. I apologize. That is probably going to pop up throughout the show. But anyway, guys, let's go ahead and jump into the price action as Bitcoin has cracked that yearly high. Now, if you guys have been watching, not last week, but the week before, we have been looking for some very, very specific levels to get hit up here above these yearly highs. And you guys know We'll break it down, but let's go ahead. I want to start off on the higher time frames first, break down that higher term price action, and then we'll go down into those local levels and talk about kind of the local expectations of what we could expect in the next couple of days or so. But, hey, shout out to Hulk Solana. Shout out to you, bro. Thank you so much for that super chat. I appreciate you, bro. He says, hey, brother. This is from Hulk Solana. He says, hey, brother, SEI is about to rip. Can you check INJ? Shout out to Hulk Solana. Hey, bro, I'm a little taken back that you weren't asking to see Solana. But shout out to Hulk. Yeah, we could check INJ a little bit further into the stream. No problem. Let's see. Shout out to Krishan Kumar says, watching Frankie Candles from a flight. Hey, shout out to you, bro. Shout out to you, and I hope you're having fun at 30,000 feet. But let's go ahead and continue on into the price action. We got Jessica, our female CandleMafia Mafia representative, tuning in. What is up, Jessica? Good to see you in here. I hope you're having a good 2024 so far. And if Bitcoin breaking those yearly highs did not make your year, guys, hopefully it'll just keep going higher and eventually blow your mind. But anyway, let's go ahead and jump into the price action here. Now, starting off on the weekly time frame, guys, as you know, we were looking at a potential weekly red dot printing here. Now, this actually started, we talked about this. This was printing on the 18th, right? And it has since confirmed, and we have gotten, we at least got one pink or red weekly candle. Now, this was kind of one of those things that we were looking at to try to anticipate if we were going to get more downside and one of the... This was two things, right? This was, number one, something to look at for a move to the downside. But number two, seeing the reaction off of this weekly red dot was going to potentially give us insight into whether we were going to get this next leg up. And once we printed that red dot, you guys can see that we did not get that big of a move down. We wound up just getting some kind of consolidation here before that next leg to the upside. And this was one of the bigger macro signals for a pullback that have popped up on the higher time frames in quite a while, right? And we did not really see that harsh of a reaction to the downside. This could be a potentially bullish signal. Oh, hey, shout out to Jason Casper. Hey, bro. Shout out to Jason Casper. Thank you so much for that super chat, bro. Happy New Year. I was actually hanging out in Jason's stream earlier today, if you guys saw me in chat. Shout out to Jason Casper, guys. Go check him out. Bro, Happy New Year, Jason. Hopefully you're having a great year. And, yeah, what a way to start off the year, bro. Am I right? Bitcoin breaking the yearly highs. Absolutely insane. But shout out to Jason Casper. Thank you so much for that super chat, bro. Let's get some ghosts in the chat for Jason, guys. Let's go. Shout out to you, bro. Thank you for tuning in. Jason, let me know what you think. You think we're going higher? You think we're going to hit that 48 to 50K level? Are we hitting that macro golden pocket? Let me know. Don't super chat again, but just let me know in the chat. I'll see it. But shout out to Jason. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. Go check him out. He's got some awesome content, and he's got to be he's got to be crypto's most fit YouTuber, right? They were talking about him being on steroids in his chat earlier today. Pretty funny. Jason is ripped up like Rambo, but I don't know. I don't think he's on roids, guys. I don't think so. He's an all natural, I would guess. But shout out to Jason Casper. Thank you so much for tuning in, bro. But we're gonna get back to these super chats. Oh, hey, shout out to Anna Marie says, why the live wasn't announced? Shout out to Anna Marie. I don't know if you mean announced in the Discord, maybe because Tony D was on a plane. One of the rare places where Tony D works from planes if he has Wi-Fi. But shout out to Anna Marie. Yeah, I don't know why you didn't get an announcement. I don't know if it went out or not. Maybe it's a YouTube thing. Hulk Solana said, I'm 17x long from $65 on Solana. I'm a Solana. I am Solana Mania. Shout out to Hulk Solana, bro. Congrats on your gains. We will take a look at Solana in just a minute, guys. But let's continue on here, right? This weekly red dot did not give us a significant move down, right? It actually just manifested as some kind of consolidation before getting this next move to the upside. Now, as you guys know, this was something we've been waiting for, right? Now, we didn't know it was 100% going to happen, but we were waiting to potentially crack these yearly highs that were coming in at $44,769. Why were we expecting these highs to get broken? Well, there were a few different things that we were looking at, guys, and one of those things was the liquidation heat map and just the idea that we assumed that there were likely a lot of people short from this yearly high, and with that, with that understanding that a lot of people are short from this high, we understand that there's likely a lot of liquidity sitting above here. And by liquidity, I simply mean money in the market, liquidation levels and stop losses, right? So knowing that we had all those stop losses and liquidation points likely sitting above this high, we expected something very specific, which we wound up seeing happen almost perfectly, right? Almost perfectly we saw this happen. And I will just bring up the heat map really quickly here just to kind of show you guys what we're talking about. This is Bitcoin. Let's go to the 1 month and run it. And you guys can see here that this was one of the things, right? Obviously, above this high here, again, at 44.7, we had all this liquidity sitting above here, these liquidation levels sitting between about 45.1 and, basically from the high at 44.7. I'm not going to give the exact level, right? What is it? 44,769, right? So not only did we know that there were likely a lot of stop loss and liquidation levels up there, but by looking at the liquidation heat map, we can actually see this visualized on the heat map shown by these big green and yellow boxes, right? This is letting us know there's a high concentration of liquidation levels sitting up here, and if we wind up coming into that liquidity, we could see a shot through that level before a quick rejection. And not only that, guys, shout out to anybody who's been watching these live streams consistently. But guys, we knew that not only did we have this liquidity sitting up here, which oftentimes acts as a magnet for price, right? When you have liquidity or money in the market, right, stop losses sitting above certain levels, a lot of times this will act as a magnet for price. And you guys kind of know I do actually explain this with that guy selling ice cream on the beach metaphor, right? If you have someone selling ice cream on a beach, they're not going to be walking around an empty beach, right? They're going to go where? They're going to go where the people are. In that example, the people are the liquidity. The people are where the money is. So the guy with the ice cream's got to go to the people with the money to exchange the money, or to exchange the ice cream for money, right? It's the same thing in the markets, right? This hot yellow area of liquidity is the people on the beach with the money, and a lot of times price is going to be attracted to these levels. So number one, we expected to come up to this price because of the liquidations, and not only that, but we also knew that we had this very key level sitting just above us, which was sitting right here. Let me pull it up. Next targets right here at $46,000, right? More specifically, $45,974. So not only did we know that we had the liquidity sitting above the yearly highs, running basically all the way up into 46K, right? We went over this exact scenario, right? You have the liquidity sitting here. It starts to get pretty heavy between 45.1 and then eventually starts to fall off around $46,000 even, which was some beautiful confluence, understanding that we had that naked point of control right at that $46,000 level. And what happened, right? And the MPOCs also act as magnets for price, guys. The MPOCs also attract price, right? So it was a second reason we were expecting to get that push to the upside. So we came up, we grabbed that liquidity, and we hit that 46K MPOC, and we got a rip right back to the downside. Almost exactly what we were expecting. You could see we almost rejected this MPOC perfectly to the dollar. Not quite. I think we only came up, at least on the Bybit or on the Bitstamp chart, we only came up to about 45,922, right? But knowing that we had that 46K MPOC was expected resistance, understanding that we had that liquidity, right? So I want you guys to actually understand what happened here, because this is what we were waiting for. Unfortunately, it took forever to happen, right? It took forever to come up and grab that liquidity and hit this 46K MPOC, but almost every stream before last week that we were looking at the charts, we were talking about that 46K MPOC. Now, we do have some other targets to the upside, which I'm going to go over in just a minute, but we are now currently rejecting that level, right? So this is kind of the next or the most important level of resistance as of right now. If we wind up coming back up and flipping this level, and we're going to talk about the probabilities of that actually happening, but if we wind up getting back above this MPOC, the next real level that I will, there's actually two levels right here that I'm looking at. We have the Bybit MPOC, well, I guess technically, but we do have the Bybit point of control from the bull market high sitting right here at about 47,230. So this is going to be a very key level to watch. Again, 47,236 is that Bybit MPOC. Let me go ahead and label that. Because as you guys know, for the longer term levels, we typically look at the Bitstamp chart, right? Let me hide the internal levels, and we'll just take a look at the grand scheme of things here, right? And shout out to anybody who's been a follower of the channel for quite some time. I put out a Bitcoin deep dive not that long ago, probably about, actually it was kind of a long time ago. I think it was like 6 months ago maybe, talking about where, I think we were like right around here with price, right? And I made that video taking a deep dive into Bitcoin, looking at the 4-year cycle and my cycle chart that I've shown on this live stream many times. And we talked about what we could potentially anticipate for the rest of the bear market, right? And we actually talked about not only the fact that we could come up, flip this value area low to support, and fill the whole range up to about 50K, which is literally what we wound up seeing. I literally watched that video over the break, and I was just like, man, I was like, I wanted to subscribe to my channel. I was like, dang, that guy nailed it. We don't always get it right, guys. I want to be clear. We don't always get it right, but we definitely get it right more than we get it wrong. But in that video, we were talking about filling the rest of this volume profile, potentially visiting that 48 to 50K MPOC, in which case I was feeling absolutely crazy talking about a $50,000 Bitcoin when we were sitting down here at 28.8. But what happened? We flipped that value area low, shot to the POC, and we also started our journey up to that value area high. And our macro target still remains between the 48 to 50K golden pocket, or at the golden pocket between 48 and 50K. And right in the middle of that, or I guess at the beginning of the golden pocket, we have that value area high sitting at $48,000. Or I guess closer to 49, right? 48.8K. But that is still going to be our main macro target to fill the rest of this range. And then this is still going to be that major level that I'm looking at for bigger short positions, right? I'm going to be looking for larger swing shorts between this golden pocket and the 786. Now, with that being said, the other target, right, the local target, lost my train of thought there for a second. Sorry, guys. I got to go back to the Bybit chart, right? So that next target, right, so we have the 46K MPOC, which I'll kind of just rough out right here. Right there, that's our 46K MPOC. That's what we're rejecting right now. If we flip this, you have the Bybit POC. Let me just label that. Bybit POC, or POC, as some people like to say. But yeah, right above that, we have our Bybit MPOC. Sitting at $47,236. That is going to be the next significant level of resistance. But after that, guys, and again, 47,236. Let me go back to the Bitstamp chart. And let's pull that up. Do I have it marked out on this chart? I think I do. Right there. So here we go. Yeah, 46,260, 46,236 is that Bybit point of control. If we continue pushing up, guys, that is going to give us some backup resistance. But for the most part, I have to be honest with you guys, for the most part, there is not much in our way from that Bybit naked point of control all the way up to that 48 to 50K level. The only other real level that I see in the way is going to be at about $47,127, where we simply have a high volume node. So if we wind up continuing up here, guys, like, it's kind of the plan. I hate to say this because I want to come with like this fresh new analysis, but price action just hasn't given us the moves, right? We essentially, since I've taken the time off, we basically just ranged, right? And then finally, you know, we come back today and we get that break that we've been looking for. So I guess like Bitcoin just goes on a break when I take a break. It just kind of continues sideways and then we finally break the levels. But, you know, plan remains basically the same, right? We expected to break the highs, come into that naked point of control. We are getting the push to the downside. If we continue up, the next level is going to be that 47,127 level where we have a high volume node. And then other than that, there's not much in the way of us getting to that 48 to 50K value area high / macro golden pocket. Now, obviously, guys, we're not that far away from that, right? And looking at the day, I'm actually going to talk a little bit about exactly what I'm looking for here, right? Because now that we've broken the yearly highs, it makes it that much more likely that we will eventually see that value area high or golden pocket, right? And the reason I say that is because simply they are in confluence, but really, We flipped the value area low to support, went to the POC, flipped the POC. Now we're just looking to get to that value area high, right? And it just so happens that the macro golden pocket is sitting right there in beautiful confluence, making it that much stronger of a level of resistance to keep your eye on. But with that being said, what I will be looking at these levels, guys, is going to be something very specific and still remains the same as what we talked about last time, right? And let me turn off these. Let me turn off the next target so we can clean up the chart a little bit. But as we creep up here, guys, what did we talk about looking for as we got that push up? The if this then that statement that we had for this push to the upside was if we come up and we break those yearly highs, what can we look at for a potential bigger short position? Now, again, my main short area is definitely going to be sitting up here at the golden pocket, right? I'm not really looking for significant shorts until we get up there. Any shorts that I take in between these two levels is going to be treated very, very cautiously. Any short I enter is going to be treated very cautiously, expecting to get stopped out. So I will be taking profits very, very early on any scalp short positions that I take, expecting to get stopped out. But if we continue up here, what did we talk about looking for, right? We talked about if we break this yearly high and we come into that 46K MPOC, which again is basically where we tapped, or you know, this yearly level slash point of control from the Bybit exchange, right? Just so nobody's confused on where that came from, this Bybit naked point of control or yearly level, right? On Bitstamp, this is our volume profile. On Bitstamp, because that is a spot exchange, the point of control is sitting down here at 34.4. The reason we have another, I think some people might get confused, like, why are we looking at, I thought the POC was down here. Why are we looking up here at a new POC? That is simply because this is where the POC is on the Bybit exchange, right? This is a leverage exchange, so you get slightly different levels, right? So that POC is sitting up there at 47,300 or $47,236, right? So that is where that naked point of control is coming from. But I just don't want anyone getting confused. But as we continue up here, what did we say? If we break that yearly high, what would we be doing? Well, obviously, we're going to be putting higher highs on our price action. But as you can see, the daily time frame could be potentially setting up. And I think we looked at this. I know we looked at it not this past week, the week before. And I believe we looked at it a numerous amount of times, right? But as we push up into these levels, whether it is the Bybit naked point of control, whether it's this 46K MPOC or the high volume node at 47.2 or the 50K, 48 to 50K golden pocket, we do not know what level we are going to reject from, right? This is why I'm taking stabs at the shorts at most of these levels with tight stop losses and very, very strong risk management, right? Because if we come down from here, I'll be in a position, right? But if we wind up coming down a little bit and getting stopped out, we are likely going to get stopped out in profit because I am managing these, almost expecting the shorts to get stopped out. The way we handle these trades allows us to lock in profits early and make our losers literally pay us. So if we continue up here, whether we reject from here, that other level at 47.2, or the 48 to 50K MPOC, wherever we wind up getting more of a significant reaction from, that is another question. But what can we look for? Well, we have our higher highs on our price action, and we knew that the momentum waves on the daily could potentially come up. I mean, even if we came up pretty high, could still give you a bearish divergence with, here's the kicker, right? Money flow is also coming out at the same exact time, right? So if you wound up, in my opinion, if you get a bearish divergence here on the daily, this would be a significant sign of weakness, not just because of the daily bear div, but on top of the fact that we have that money flow coming out on the daily, right? And bearish divergences oftentimes play out, right? They play out more than they don't. But when you have money flow in agreement with that actual divergence, it makes it that much more likely that it is going to be a significant high or a significant low, depending on what you're looking at, right? So in this case, if we get that bearish divergence, whether at this level, again, at the other level we have here, let me actually just pull up the exact level so I'm not just guessing the numbers here, or we come up to that high volume node at 47,127, or that 48 to 50K POC, something we can look for is going to be the main thing I'm going to be looking for is a daily bearish divergence, right? With money flow coming out. And that is going to be a sign of more significant weakness and probably indicate that it is a little bit safer to look for bigger short positions, right? Because you know you have that weakness on the daily. So plan remains almost exactly the same as it has been over the past couple of weeks, guys. As Bitcoin has just gone sideways and finally broken our level, we are simply seeing what we wanted to see. And again, it has everything to do with looking at the naked points of control, which act as magnets, looking at the liquidation heat maps because those hot spots of liquidity act as magnets, letting us know where price is likely to go next. And we simply sit on our hands, wait for price to approach these levels, and then see how price interacts with these levels. If you get the confirmations, that's where you take the trade and get into a high probability position. So I don't know what to say here, guys. Like, we just simply are seeing what we look for. And I hope that people who have been watching this channel for a while are starting to understand what we look at and why we look at it. And not only that, but why it plays out. So one more time, hot spot of liquidity sitting above the yearly highs. We knew not only by looking at the heat map, but just in general, you know that there's liquidation levels and stop losses likely above that high, just based off of how the market works. People short the high, their stop losses are somewhere above. And then the heat map gives you x-ray vision into the market to show you where the liquidity is sitting, giving you a target of where to look for potential trades at, right? We know if these liquidations get hit and we get something like a swing failure pattern, there's going to be a high likelihood reversal, right? And this is how we get this is oftentimes how we find the trades. So, and then obviously it took some time. We sat around, we bing-bonged around, but finally price decided to come up and grab that liquidity, and now we are getting that reaction to the downside. Now, we did not get the swing failure pattern. As you guys know, one of those big things we were looking at was a potential swing failure pattern. I don't know why this level is purple. This is really bugging me. Hang on one second. Let me go ahead and make that a level. Okay, so as you guys know, we were looking for, oftentimes what we look for on these liquidations is we will look for price to rip up, stop out and liquidate all the shorts, and then we look for that candle to come back down and close the body of the candle below our swing failure level or below that previous wick high. And that is what's known as a swing failure pattern, which is one of the highest hit rate strategies that I've ever seen, right? One of the highest win rates, as well as it also allows you to get a very, very high risk to reward ratio, right? So when we get that, oftentimes there is a high likelihood of a rejection back to the downside, and these are some of the best trades you could possibly catch. However, typically, when I look for swing failure patterns, guys, I like to see them on the 1 hour. I like to see them on sometimes the 90-minute, the 30-minute, the 15-minute, the 5-minute, and the 1-minute. These are the main time frames I look for swing failure patterns at. And I won't lie to you, last night we actually did wind up swing failing on the 15-minute right here. You wound up wicking up, coming back down, closing the candle below the level, and then we got a little push to the downside before we just ripped up and flipped the level to support, right? So no significant swing failure pattern occurred here. And I mean, to be quite honest with you, we'd have to look at a higher term time frame because those liquidation levels that we were looking at went all the way up to 46K, right? And this wick obviously went nowhere near 46K. So we didn't really get the swing failure that I like to see for a short entry just yet, but we could still potentially swing fail on one of these higher time frames, right? So the kind of the last chance here is we could potentially swing fail on the daily if we start getting a big pullback in the next... where's my candle? Where's my countdown here? Right? Oh, there you go. 44 minutes. So we get a pretty big dump here in 44 minutes. We may be able to get a swing failure on the daily, but for the most part, guys, we didn't get the swing failure confirmations that I like to see, at least on any significant time frames. I actually did wind up taking a position here on that 15-minute little scalp position on that 15-minute SFP. Obviously, not a great position. Wound up getting stopped out, but... we simply came up to the actual 46K MPOC before the bigger rejection. But I would watch for a potential swing failure here on the daily. But for the most part, guys, the fact that we did not get those SFP confirmations, I will be looking for higher, expecting that that $46,214 level. This will vary depending on what exchange you're looking at. But again, getting close to that buy bit point of control, going to be that next key level of resistance. And again, not only that, guys, but we are going to be looking for those daily bearish divergences, right? So maybe we get a little bit of a move to the downside, and we're going to talk about the key levels of support as well here because we do have some significant levels to look at. Let me change my value area here back to 70. And there you go, right? So obviously we are leaving this value area, and as you guys know, when you're looking at the volume profiles, oftentimes when you break out, sometimes what can happen is price will break out and then come back down and retest that value area high as support or that POC, especially right now with that POC so close to your value area high, we could wind up seeing price come back down and retest that point of control or value area high before getting another push to the upside. So key level of support that I would be looking at is 44,140. That is going to be a key. Honestly, this whole area, right? Between the value area high and the point of control is going to be the next key level of support, right? So if we come down, I'd be willing to look for some potential scalp long positions as we start testing these levels, right? Because you have the value area high / POC. And again, oftentimes what will happen is you will go test that value area high or point of control before you're getting another move up. Now, if we pull up some local fibs, Let me go ahead and change this. What am I doing? What am I doing? Right there. Bada boom. Okay. So if we wind up, if we pull this local fib here, you can see the golden pocket or local golden pocket of this impulse to the upside is sitting just below that point of control, right? So I would incorporate this level as well. So as we push down here, I would be looking for potential longs in this area if we are lucky enough to get that move to the downside. So these are basically your major key levels, right? Now, the reason this is going to be an important level to watch is because if we wind up coming down here and this is tricky, right? Because when you have your point of control and your value area high so close together like this, obviously, your value area high is a level that you want to hold as support. But if we get sucked underneath here, it doesn't necessarily mean that we're accepted into the range and we're going to go back to the low because you have your point of control backing you up. And on top of that, your golden pocket is sitting right here as well, which is going to act as support, right? So if you come down, you want to watch the value area high because if you get stuck under here, it could be a bad sign, but just understand you do have some backup support down here. And then your 786 is getting closer to about 42,900. So that is a level to keep in mind as well. But really the key level would be this blue box in my opinion, right? So if we get in here, I would be willing to take some potential scalps with the bright bullish confirmations, even though typically, when you get under this value area high and you can't get back above, that's a big bearish sign, right? But because you have the POC, and this is an area that price likes to test before continuing to the upside, that is why I'm willing to kind of give leeway and look for long positions at this level, right? So that's going to be kind of key level number one. And then really, actually, quickly, what I wanted to take a look at here, let me pull up, do I have... I want to take a look at the spider lines, right? Because, yeah, you have a spider line running right through this level as well, right? So, I mean, this is just extra sauce. You come down, even if you lose the value area high, even if you lose the POC slightly of the golden pocket spider line, this is a saucy level, guys, in my opinion. Between 43.4 and 44,150. That is the next key level of support, keeping in mind that you have your 786 closer to 42.9. But other than that, if you wind up coming down here, you lose this spider line, you lose the 786, very likely you get to your value area low at that point because you're just back within your range. Now, another reason why I'd be willing to look for potential longs here would be because if you take a look at your 4-hour time frame, again, looking right here, money flow crossover into the green, fresh money flow crossover into the green, right? VWAP. Already starting to kind of curve back around here, indicating that even if we come down a little bit more, once you print that next green dot on the 4-hour, that may be where you get your next big bounce. Now, another thing we can look at for a short, guys, this is kind of short idea number 2. Right? Obviously, that higher term time frame, that higher daily bearish divergence is a big sign of weakness in my opinion. But locally, what we could look for is if we wind up getting a pump overnight or even after the stream or during the stream into that POC, the Bybit POC or this yearly level getting closer to 46.2, 46.3, we could potentially be putting in, I was initially looking for 1-hour bear divs, right? As you put your highs in, right? Or 2-hour bear divs. And then, honestly, the 4-hour bear div wasn't really looking as good. But as we've gotten a little bit more of a move down here, this actually looks like the 4-hour could eventually, if we continue down here a little bit more, we could get that momentum wave to work its way down. And then when you get the bounce to a higher price, that might be where you get the bearish divergence, right? And that might be your sign of weakness for a local short. But again, this is not that big swing short that I'm talking about. This is a low, it depends on where we put the divergence in at. So if we put the 4-hour bear div in at the yearly level here, that's going to be more of a highly risk, I'm going to manage that risk very tightly, right? Getting a small scalp position, almost expecting it to get stopped out. It is not until we get a move up to the macro golden pocket that I'm looking for the bigger saucy shorts, right? But that's just another little extra sauce for you guys for the new year. Little local position that we can look for will be local bear divs into the next key levels of resistance. And remember, don't forget about that high volume node sitting right here at 47,127. This is another area you could wind up printing that bear div at, right? So again, if you get a move down and then a move up into this level or this level, these can both potentially be bearish divergences on the 1, 2, 3, and 4-hour time frames. Honestly, if you come up here, you could put that bear div on the daily as well. But these are all things like we don't know what's going to happen. That's why you need to have these multiple scenarios in your head. You have to have the if this, then that statements. I love, people like to say like, oh, you're just a trader. You say it could go up or down. Absolutely, that is what I say. But people think they catch you. They're like, you said you're just bearish now, and then you're bullish the next day. Absolutely, 100%. You did not catch me being sneaky. Like that is 100% what I'm saying. And because we do not know what's going to happen. Ask any real trader if they know exactly what's going to happen. Any actual trader will tell you, we have no idea what's going to happen. I'm prepared in multiple scenarios. So we don't know if it's going to be this level, or if we're just going to rip up to that 48 to 50K golden pocket, right? We do not know what's going to happen, but we are prepared for the lower term time frames, scalp shorts, as well as the bigger, higher time frames. And now you guys have the actual confirmations that we're looking for, not only on the medium time frames, but also the longer time frames. I wanted to drop those two kind of scenarios because those are the next big scenarios. Start off the new year with a couple of free saucy setups. But that's basically what we're looking at, just waiting for price to develop, guys. And whatever the market gives us, we will react in the necessary manner to make money in either direction. So that is what we're looking at, guys. Those are the key levels, and if you're just here for the levels, I'll give them to you real quick. Key levels of support going to be between 44,150 and about 43,430, right? And then if you lose those levels, right, lots of confluence at this level, you lose those levels, probably going down to the 786 or value area low. At that point, once you lose this golden pocket in 786, very likely you come back down to the low, and at that point, may be looking at more of a bearish outcome here, right? It makes it a little less likely, in my opinion, that we'll see these higher targets soon. But if we come down here and find some support and rip right back out of that value area, going to be very high likelihood, in my opinion, to come up to some of these higher targets. Again, above us, we're looking at 46.2, 47,120, and then that 48 to 50K level. But other than that, guys, starting off 2024, Bitcoin rearing its bullhorns, going for those higher prices. Absolutely unbelievable. But this is my plan moving forward. And understand, like, not much has changed, guys. Like, this is trading, right? I know everybody wants to know, like, what's the next secret level? What's that next new secret? But when the market doesn't do anything and the market just ranges around, sometimes you're forced to sit on your hands and just wait for the key levels to hit. And this is not the sexy outlook on trading that everyone likes to hear. Everyone just wants to hear, like, buy signal, sell signal, short, long here, right? But this is more often the reality of this situation where you're just waiting for key levels to get hit. Unfortunately, I would have taken the short here. We actually did have some nice confirmations to take the short here at our key level, which was a trade setup. This short setup was a trade setup that we put in the premium Discord from that 46K MPOC or near this area. Unfortunately, we came up to it at 3 in the morning. I was unfortunately just getting to sleep at 3 in the morning, so I missed that, unfortunately. But hopefully some other CandleMafia members in other time zones were able to catch it. But yeah, again, simply put, guys, like, we look at these levels every day on the live stream. Waiting for that liquidity to get taken right up into that 46K MPOC. Where do we get the rejection? Right from that 46K MPOC. And hopefully the Mafia, after watching all of these live streams and hearing us just beat the dead horse of these levels and what we expected, because nothing had changed, the content was getting kind of monotonous because price action was basically doing nothing different. But hopefully you guys sat through all that, and then finally you're seeing this like, oh my God, it happened. It finally happened. And that is the key to patience, guys. Like, that is, sometimes patience is what you need to get into these good positions, right? Because if you were just thinking like, maybe, you know what, it's taking too long to get up to these levels, I'm just going to short, right? But what happened? Your TA just wound up playing out anyway. So that's what we're looking at on Bitcoin, guys. Let's go ahead and jump into chat real quick, see if we got any questions real quick. I do want to cover the super chats. Shout out to, oh, we already read those. I'm sorry. Shout out to Hulk, Solana, and Anna Maria. We already saw those. I didn't realize oh my God. Okay, chat is way behind. Oh God, all right. Okay, let me go ahead and, shout out to Dave Digital. Shout out to Davey Boy. He says, is your schedule remaining the same 2 hours at 5:45. Shout out to Dave Digital, 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on the Frank Candles YouTube channel every single weekday. Shout out to Dave Digital. But yes, right now, guys, the schedule is remaining the same, but may not be the same for very long. And that's a good thing. That's a very good thing for you guys. Maybe not so much for my sleep schedule or my mental health, but very good for the Candle Mafia. But we're not there just yet. But yes, right now, content schedule remains the same. We are going to be changing a lot. And by changing, I just mean adding. We're going to be doing a lot more content in 2024. Just really hitting the ground running, doing more pre-records, more altcoin breakdowns, more what is videos, right? Is kind of what I'm calling them. Like, we're going to do altcoin breakdowns, as in TA breakdowns, like what is this altcoin likely to do this year? Where can this altcoin go, right? And then we're going to do altcoin fundamental breakdowns, which is like the Axelar video, right? Like, what is Axelar? What does it do? What are some potential possibilities as far as price, right? So we're going to be dropping a lot more of that stuff. And then we are toying with the possibility of potentially cutting this live stream to 1 hour, but offering a second live stream in the morning. So that is something we're toying around with. But as of right now, live every single weekday at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and the regular Sunday sauces, etc., are going to remain exactly the same until one day when I get up here and I go, this week is the week, guys, that the Candle Mafia goes in on content. But there you go. Shout out to Dave Digital. But yeah, as of right now, everything is remaining the same as far as content schedule. Let's see. Shout out to Pedro. What is going on, bro? Said, Happy New Year, brother. Can you do some TA on Bonk and Sol? Yes, we could take a look at Bonk and Solana. No problem. Shout out to Peter Gorman. Says, this guy, Frankie Candle's killing the charts. Let's go. Shout out to Peter Gorman. Thank you for saying that, bro. I appreciate you very much. Thank you for hanging out with us. Let's see. Yo, shout out to KC. Says, bro, my question is, when will I be able to pay in crypto to join the Discord? At Tony D. I don't know if Tony D's in here. He's traveling right now, but if he's in here, he will answer you. I think we are working on that. So yeah, I believe we are. And shout out to Mocha. Said, love your TA, mate. I love your TA, bro. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm sure it's good. Shout out to you, bro. I appreciate you. And Dark Crash said, Happy New Year. Don't forget to drink water. Shout out to Dark Crash, keeping us all hydrated. Unfortunately, I strictly drink Aztecian and Cactus Moss water. No actual H2O for me. But let's go ahead and let me go ahead and if you guys, yeah, how are we doing on time here? Let's see. Yeah, if you guys want to see your favorite altcoins, go ahead and drop them in the chat right now. Yeah, drop them in the chat right now. Rob the Crypto Snob will count up the votes and let us know what alts we're looking at. Rob, let's do like 3 requests, and then I'm going to go ahead and look at, I'll pick and choose a couple extra ones to take a look at. Hey, Alex O, what is going on, bro? Thank you for being here. Shout out to Alex O. Saying what's up to Dave. Let's go. Shout out to Dave Digital. Okay, so let's go ahead and continue on here. LCX, IOTX, okay. But yeah, spam those altcoins, guys, and then Rob the Crypto Snob will count up the votes. And we are going to start off first with Ethereum, or Erythrium, as your grandmother might call it. But let's go ahead and take a look. So here we are, right? And as you guys know, we have been looking at something pretty monotonous here, right? As you guys know, God, there go the altcoins. There they come. ICP update. Yeah, we can take a look at ICP, no problem. But as you guys know, as we entered kind of this range, right? Now, this was not a volume profile at first, right? The reason we looked at these levels was because we were looking at the VPVR, right? These were all just based off the volume profile, right? The visible range volume profile. But it's kind of turned into a range, right? We knew we had a key level right here at 2146 and another key level right here at 2350. And this was kind of our area where we were like, hey, if you hold this level, probably pretty good. If you get rejected from here, probably going back down to the low, which again, not based off a fixed range volume profile like we typically find these ranges, but we kind of found the levels individually, and then they kind of just created a range of their own. But now, coincidentally, we could just pull that actual fixed range volume profile, and now we get a quick or a clean volume profile with the value area high close to our original level and the value area low also very close to our original level. Let's see. Shout out to Ali, says nobody cares about ETH anymore. And I actually am probably going to be doing, I have it written down here on a secret post-it note. I'm probably going to be doing a deep dive on Ethereum. Now, you guys know I love to do the deep dives on Bitcoin, right? Where we go into the cycle chart. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about with the cycle chart, simply put, this is our cycle chart. As you know, if you're a CandleMafia member and have been for quite a while, I break out this chart not very often, but when we do macro analysis, it's simply a breakdown of the 4-year cycle, right? And just kind of marks out the tops, the bottoms, the halvings, each 4-year cycle. And then I measured out how long everything took. This was one of the big reasons, right? This chart was a big reason why we were looking for the bottom of the bear market to come in right here at 15.5. Based off the number of days from the halving that the bottom came in. It's really interesting stuff. But we do Bitcoin deep dives where I dive into this chart, and this is what we were looking at, saying, hey, guys, if we wind up, the rest of the bear market could wind up giving us a move to that golden pocket. This is what that chart, this is what these videos are based off of, right? Using this as our main footprint or main blueprint for the chart. And I'm going to be doing something very similar with Ethereum, not making a 4-year cycle chart, but really zooming out and kind of comparing Ethereum today to how it has performed in the past, because something very interesting about Ethereum right now is I know a lot of people are comparing this bear market rally to the 2019 fake out bear market rally that we had up to 14K. And the interesting thing is, as you guys know, Ethereum oftentimes will outperform Bitcoin percentage-wise, right? If Bitcoin goes up 10%, right? This is not legitimate math. I'm making these numbers up just to explain something simply. If Bitcoin goes up 50%, Ethereum goes up 75%, right? Like just the percentage gain is more on Ethereum because it is a lower market cap, right? So, I mean, it's the same thing, right? The altcoins moon more than Bitcoin will because of the market cap, right? It's called logarithmic regression. As a market matures and more money enters that asset, it becomes harder and harder to move that asset. Can I break down market cap really quickly for you guys? Think of it this way. I was talking to some family over the holidays, and they were asking me, they were asking me like why I thought that Ethereum would have a bigger percentage gain, or why an altcoin would have a bigger percentage gain over Bitcoin, right? And they're thinking that, they're thinking like, oh, no one knows about that stupid altcoin. Why is that going to be bigger than Bitcoin? Everyone knows about Bitcoin. And I'm like, absolutely. The institutions aren't going to buy that garbage coin. They're going to buy Bitcoin. Absolutely. Money is going to flow into Bitcoin. But you have to understand that in order for Bitcoin to move, you need a lot of money to move that coin, right? Well, obviously the biggest coin, right? So you need a lot of money to move that, whereas an altcoin with a smaller market cap, you don't need as much money to raise it, right? And think of it this way. Think of it as a snowball. If you have a snowball, right, and you roll it down a hill, a small snowball is going to, you just got to, tap it down the hill, right? And it's going to go and it's going to grow very quickly, right, on its own momentum. But as soon as that snowball starts getting really big, it's going to start getting hard to push, right? And then eventually it's going to get so hard that you need a lot of people to push that snowball. It's going to get bigger and bigger. And the bigger it gets, the more people you need to move it. That's how market cap works, right? It's honestly the easiest way I've heard it explained, right? So, that's why you expect Ethereum. That's why oftentimes Ethereum outperforms Bitcoin percentage-wise, right, or multiple-wise. Now, the interesting thing is in these previous bear market rallies, guys, Ethereum has not outperformed Bitcoin in these bear market rallies. And I'll actually talk about this right now, and I might make a pre-recorded video about this, right? If I pull up Ethereum next to Bitcoin really quickly, look at your bear market rally, right? Bear market rally right here on Bitcoin, roughly. We came up roughly about 350%, right? Ethereum, in that same bear market rally, 350%, right? Not, and when you look at in terms of just bull market growth, right? From the bottom to the top for Ethereum, about 5,800%. From the bottom to the top for Bitcoin, about 2,000%, right? So that's kind of the example of Ethereum getting a bigger multiple, right, or a bigger percentage gain over Bitcoin based off market or due to the market cap, right? But in these bear market rallies, we have not seen Ethereum outperform. It honestly just performs almost equally to Bitcoin, which could potentially mean that again, this doesn't, just because it happened in the past doesn't mean it's going to repeat itself, but that could potentially mean that Ethereum, right? You would expect Ethereum has not gotten, you would expect Ethereum to get a little bit bigger of a gain than Bitcoin, and it has not yet, right? It's basically, let's see, right? To where we are, or we'll just go from the bottom to the top, 175%, and from the bottom of the top for Bitcoin, 194%, right? So very similar, right? So maybe we could see a big Ethereum come up a little bit more here, but historically, we don't really see Ethereum outperform Bitcoin that wildly in these bear market rallies, which I thought was very interesting. Again, doesn't guarantee that we're not going to get a massive pump out of Ethereum, and we could talk about some higher levels, but typically if you look at the Ethereum in the last cycle during the bear market rally, pull some volume profiles, right? Now this is counting as our Ethereum analysis here. You could see, right, if you pull it to, there it is right here. So your kind of bull market volume profile, right? Very similar to how we're looking at on Bitcoin, where we pull that volume profile at the top of the bull market, extrapolate those levels to the right. Now Bitcoin has already filled that range for the most part, almost to the value area high at 50K. We're just squeaking up to those levels. But Ethereum in the past cycle, right? Ethereum actually almost perfectly rejected its value area low, right? So Ethereum kind of popped up, rejected its value area low, and then, March 2020 crash happened. And right here, if we saw something similar happen and we pull that same kind of bull market range, we are within our bull market range, right? Flipping that value area low to support. Let me make this bigger for you guys. We don't need Bitcoin on There we go, right? So let's actually break this down, right? And we'll just do the Ethereum TA here, right? So long term, right? I know a lot of people are like, well, when is Ethereum going to go? I do think Ethereum could potentially have a good year ahead of it. However, looking at this volume profile, this gives us a little bit of a blueprint on where Ethereum could potentially go, right? So we'll pull this, right? You have your value area low. We'll mark out the levels, value area low, POC, value area high. Now, if you're looking from a structure perspective, right? I'm not going to label these, right? From a structure perspective, right? Bitcoin has already filled most of its bull market range, right? We're already above the POC. We're like approaching the value area high on Bitcoin, right? Is this familiar to everybody, right? This should look very, very, very familiar. Let me just go ahead and pull it up so you guys can actually see, right? So let me hide some of the local stuff, turn that off, turn all this off, bada boom, turn off the next targets, and we'll go to the 5-day, right? So looking at Bitcoin, you can see bull market range, flip the value area low, flip the POC, we're on our way, we're almost to the value area high. We've almost completely filled that range, right? But on Ethereum, we are just flipping that value area low, which in my brain screams to me, hey, right, like this is basically how we've called all of the altcoins that we've predicted to get moves, right? Solana, more famously, you literally put out that $100 incoming for Solana like a day before it ripped to $100. This has everything to do with the bull market highs, right? And these bull market volume profiles, right? And if this was when Bitcoin was in the same position as Ethereum right here, I was screaming at the top of my lungs, guys, if we flip this, we're likely going to the POC. If we flip the POC, we're likely going to the value area high, and that is where Bitcoin is structurally right now. Ethereum is just starting to flip the value area low, which again, in my head is screaming like, hey, are we about to fill this range to $3,600? And the answer is, from a theoretical standpoint, looking at the volume profiles, this is what we could see happen. The only thing that makes me a little bit wary on this is the fact that, and this would make a lot of sense, right? Because usually, a lot of times, Bitcoin will top, and then Ethereum tops shortly after, right? So you'll see Bitcoin top. A lot of the whales will take profits on their Bitcoin, roll it into the large cap altcoins like Ethereum, and then that's why you see the delayed reaction on the Ethereum pumps. First Bitcoin goes, then typically Ethereum will go as well, even though technically, Ethereum and Bitcoin actually hit their literal all-time highs at the same time last cycle. It depends on if you thought the first top or the second top was the actual top. The first top, Ethereum ran after Bitcoin, and then the second top, they both kind of topped at the same time. But if you're looking at this makes me think, hey, we do have some upside to have here, right? There is some upside to be had. However, the fact that Ethereum does not typically outperform Bitcoin in these bear market rallies, it makes me think that maybe there's a less likely chance that we come into these levels. So it's a little bit of a hard thing to call right now. However, we can always look from a structural standpoint, and you could also toy with this volume profile, guys. I would also be pulling this profile all the way to the low here, where at that point, we're already, if you pull this profile, you're already above the value area low, and you're actually trying to flip the POC right now, but that doesn't really change the macro targets too much, right? But with that being said, the next targets for Ethereum could be coming in closer. Should we pull it up? Should I pull it up? Do I have it on this chart? Maybe I do. No, I don't. Do I have it here? Bear with me. Bear with me, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, I'll just do it over here. But anyway. Where did they go? Okay, so if we wind up continuing up, right, I'm basically going to handle this the exact same way that I handled Bitcoin, right? You have your macro bull market volume profile, which again, we're flipping the value area low right now, and then you have this kind of other area of consolidation right here, giving you kind of an internal local value area, right? So in my opinion, for Ethereum, I know we're going a little bit more long-term than we typically go on the channel, but if we look at Ethereum, guys, like these are kind of the levels that I'd be looking at, right? Do you guys see similarities between what we looked at on Bitcoin and what we're looking at on Ethereum right now? And I will say, I don't say this to brag, I don't say this to toot my own horn, but when we looked at Bitcoin at this level and we said, hey, we could fill this range to the high, that we literally saw the rest of the bear market play out exactly as we expected based off the volume profile theory we're using right now. This does not guarantee that that is what we're going to see on Ethereum. But if we were using that same logic, after flipping this value area low to support, the next key level to get above right now would be right here sitting at 2511, which coincidentally is already a level that we're looking at on our normal Ethereum chart that we've been looking at for quite some time. And here it is, guys. This is just proof that, you know, when you're looking at technical analysis, guys, many people can come to the same result in many different ways. Now, you know, we have this level, our next key target here on our regular Ethereum chart. You guys probably have this marked off if you watch the show. Doorway to higher prices, previous value area low, 2522. Right? And let me come back to this, right? Previous value area low, 2519, right? Or 2519, right? So that's the same level. This key level, I found in a completely different way than we found on the other chart, right? But with that being said, this key level at 24, we'll call it 2520, right? I know this says 2511, but 2520 is kind of that next key level. Once you get above this, again, this is the doorway to higher prices. Why? Same reason it is here. We found this level based off the visible range volume profile. We knew we had a gap above in volume, which is what made this a doorway to higher prices. When you have a fall off in volume, typically if you can get above that level, you will shoot through that low volume gap, giving you a quick move to the upside. Very similarly, on Ethereum, if you're looking, I think it makes more sense to look at this chart, right? If you get above that previous value area low, hold it as support, look what happened here. Fast move to the downside, quick move down, oftentimes results, when you break that level once again, could give you a quick move up, which your next key level, $3,100 at that point of control of this local range. And understanding that if we do wind up coming into this level here, guys, this is going to be not only exciting for Ethereum, but remember, obviously you want to be careful at these levels because you could get resistance, just like we did on Bitcoin, right? Remember, this is the same thing we looked at on Bitcoin. Very, like, almost the exact same thing. Let me turn off the spider lines to really drive this home because I think this is really going to help a lot of people at home, right? Let's hide this, right? And again, Bitcoin, macro bull market volume value area high, right? And then you also had your local value area. Very, almost the exact same thing that we have on Ethereum, right? And what happened on Bitcoin when we came up to that value area low? We came up to the value area low, little rejection. Flipped the value area low to support, went to the POC, the value area high before getting resistance. Now we're flipping that value area high to then fulfill the bigger range, right? Fill that bigger range to 50K. Very similarly on Ethereum, we are looking at the same thing, right? If we flip this value area low, you could look to come up to the POC and value area high of the local range where we are likely to see some kind of resistance. And then once you break out, that's where you expect to fill the bigger range. So you're looking at two ranges. First one being between 2230 or 2240 and 3680, right? And then your smaller range is sitting right here between 3227 and 2526. Does everybody understand where these ranges came from, where these levels came from, and why they're all important, right? So if Ethereum winds up having a year like Bitcoin had, right? And we could potentially see, as long as you hold this level, it all lies on this level for Ethereum, guys. It all lies on this level. 2250. As long as you hold 2250, we could see more upside for Ethereum, potentially getting into the 3000s, right? Once you lose this level, that's where I get a little bit more bearish and expect more downside. So there you go. Let's see. Pin my next comment. Shout out to Rob the Crypto Snob. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. And guys, that's the Ethereum analysis. A little more long-term for today, but I figured I would make kind of a fresh chart and show you guys kind of those macro major levels of support that we're looking at, being that it is the start of the new year. And you know, what is the year for Ethereum going to look like, right? And again, you know, with the weekly money flow crossover, I mean, I wouldn't expect up only, right? Obviously. But these are the key levels, right? And then, again, I mean, this level might be worth marking out as well, right? At just this one level. And it's this value area low right here. So I would actually mark this off, and I would actually label this key prev value area low, right? So this is going to be a very key level because even if you lose this value area low, you could find support here. Right? So until we lose, $2,000, that psychological level of $2,000 is probably going to be the next real key level that if lost, I'm like, yikes, this probably isn't going to be good for Ethereum. And then there's some other reasons why Ethereum could potentially, see, and it's also very close to your value area high, this range, right? So, these are the levels on Ethereum, guys. Here it is. Boom. Turn this blue for support. There you go, right? You lose this value area low, you gotta hold this. Once you start losing $2,000, again, not only is it a psychological level, but once you get stuck underneath this level, that is going to open the door to hit that POC and potentially come down even lower to the range low at about $1,296, almost $1,300. Now, I'm not necessarily calling for that, right? But this is just what to expect if certain levels are broken. So as long as we stay above this blue box, I am pretty bullish on Ethereum. Once we lose it, I get a little bit more bearish, looking for lower prices, getting closer to 1650. But this is the macro blueprint of where I expect Ethereum to go. And there you go. Let's see. Shout out to Pedro, said drop ETH into the said drop ETH into the ocean without a life jacket. Let's go. But let's see. Let's see. Okay, let's continue on. That is, that's what we're looking at on Ethereum. But there you go. Let's go ahead and move on to our next altcoin, which is going to be INJ. Let's check it. Not futures, not Forex, but crypto. There we go. All right, INJ, obviously one of the top performers last year. But let's dig it in. Is it going to be as lucrative in 2024? Obviously, guys, 2024, we all know crypto's going to zero. I'm just kidding. But let's see. Let's see what we got going on. Now, obviously, I think, what is it? MEXC has more price. No, I guess not. All right, so we'll take a look here at the Binance chart. INJ, right? Is this, bear with me, guys. I want to make sure I have the most price history. Yeah, I believe this is all of it. Let's see. You guys are funny. Okay. So INJ obviously weekly red dot obviously continuing to perform very, very well here. But red dot on the weekly, I'll be honest, this looks like bullish consolidation, right? Or potential bullish consolidation. So, this is sometimes where you wind up seeing something like a bull pennant form, right? And I guess not really, right? Somewhat of a bull pennant, bull flag type formation, falling wedge, whatever you want to call it. Oftentimes, when they break down, they will break up, right? Or they continue down and then eventually break up. However, weekly red dot would indicate that we could wind up seeing some kind of significant pullback here, right? And if we did, kind of how I would handle that is I'll just give you guys the key levels, right? If you pull your fib, let's start off with the fibs. Pull from the low to the high. And let me change my preset here. Bada boom. So this macro golden pocket, or not macro golden pocket, but this golden pocket right here would be a significant level to watch. And then I believe this is obviously golden pocket 786. Obviously, that is the local 786 golden pocket retracement. That is going to be a key level you want to watch as well. But coming down to a lower time frame, what we could do here with this nice area of consolidation is we can go ahead and pull a fixed range on it, right? So what this does is this gives us context into what we could be looking for, right? Because if we were coming down to the low here, putting in bull divs like we did, right? Lower lows on our price action, higher lows on the momentum waves, getting bull divs at the value area low golden pocket, this is not where you want to be looking for a short. That's why the volume profile helps us up here, because it gives us context into what to look for next, right? So when you're coming down here getting bullish signals, this is not where you go short. A lot of people go short here, right? Everyone loves to short support, and then they get wrecked, right? But we wait to come up to the value area high to actually look for those shorts, which would have played out beautifully as you rejected the value area high right here to the dollar. But yeah, continuing down here. So this is the volume profile I'd be looking at to get context into what price will do next, right? So I'm going to mark this out for anybody who's interested on taking these levels. Right here, 41.13 is your value area high, POC at 38.27, and your value area low at 35.74. So this is, simply put, kind of your compass or roadmap into what price is going to do next. Where's the value area high? Let's see, value area high, POC. Value area low. Bada boom, bada bing. Right about there. So there you go, right? This is what I'd be looking for. So I would simply be treating this as a local range, right? Treating this, looking for longs at the lows, shorts at the highs. Now, potentially with the weekly red dot, I would maybe be favoring looking for the shorts at the highs, right? Because we also, coming on to some of these other time frames, we have pretty significant bearish divergences confirmed. I mean, I wouldn't take that to see. That's probably a blood diamond. Hang on a second, guys. Let me do some calculations here. No blood diamond. How is that possible? All right. Well, no blood diamonds. What the heck? All right, I am shocked at that. But anyway, 12-hour red dot, money flow consistently coming to the downside here, right? Continuously coming out, looking for a red dot on the 12-hour. So I would simply be trading this as a range, right? Maybe putting a little bit more emphasis on the shorts, right? So I would not be looking for a short or taking a short on INJ until we were able to come back somewhere up to the high of this range, right? And then if you pull your fib from the high to the low, you can see as per usual, you do have some nice confluence up here with your golden pocket value area high, right? From the high to the low. However, we've already rejected that value area high, so you may want to pull some local fibs to see where that reaction will take place, right? But simply put, treating this as a range. These are the key levels. I would be looking for shorts at the low, longs at the lows. Very important detail, not to mess that up. Longs at the lows, shorts at the highs, right? So right now, you're in the middle of the range. I'm not interested in a trade on INJ until we come back down to lower prices or up to higher prices. So there you go. And then don't forget your 786 at 42.57. Another key level to look at. Even if you deviate above your volume profile, that's where I'd be looking for the short. So there you go. And then weekly red dot, 6-day red dot confirmed. And we have been performing quite well here. So again, wouldn't be surprised. I mean, you got some kind of a pullback here. That's kind of what I'd be using as context into where to look for the next trade. And again, with money flow on the 10-hour coming out like it is right now, maybe favoring a potential short, right? So maybe looking for short lower highs. But there you go. Yeah, 16-hour VWAP coming down. Your daily VWAP also, or fresh green dot on the daily. So you could eventually reach back up to these levels. But I'd be sitting on my hands till we come up to those key levels, guys, on INJ. All right, let's see. Okay. Hey, Arbitrum strong as heck. Let's go. Shout out to 12 Big. Happy New Year, bro. Thank you for being here. All right, let's continue on. But yeah, INJ just absolutely this is shout out to INJ. Just I'd be careful shorting INJ just because it's performed so well, right? Like even after these gigantic moves to the upside, not many pullbacks before that next move up, right? So we could be consolidating for another leg up here. But again, the context is within the volume profile levels that I gave right here. I would be looking to trade this as a range. If you caught a short from the high and you break down, congratulations, you shorted the top. And then if you look for the scalp longs, I would be taking profits and locking in profits, moving my stop loss. So if you do get the dump, you get stopped out in profit. All right, let's see. Shout out to 12 Big says, always here, bro. Happy New Year. Shout out to you, bro. Let's see. Okay. Let's continue on and check out our next altcoin, which just so happens to be a meme coin. Shout out to Bonk. Shout out to anybody. I missed Bonk, guys. Look at this thing go. I missed Bonk. I didn't miss some other meme coins, but I did miss Bonk, unfortunately. I had every opportunity to get in, but I just didn't. But anyway, taking a look at Bonk. Now, here's the thing, guys. Very, 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 very hard to base where Bonk will go off of any kind of technical analysis. Oftentimes, the meme coins will not respect the TA, so keep that in mind. However, I will give you some local levels here, right? There you go. All right, so I would definitely be watching this 786. Let's go. Bada boom, 786. Yeah, so I'd definitely be watching that 786. Other than that, guys, I'll be honest with you, it's gonna be hard, right? We could pull these previous value areas. Whoops. Right, so you could pull, right here, right? More specifically, right here, POC value area low, 786 confluence, could be a strong level to watch. Not going to read the levels here. I will make the text bigger for you guys so you guys can actually see the levels. But I'm not going to read them because I don't want to butcher them for you and have everybody looking for the wrong levels, right? Because they're very hard to see these zeros. But And sure, maybe you do have some kind of a bear pennant here, right? But again, I want to be very clear with the meme coins, guys. Like, just because there's a bear pennant on this thing, like, all it takes is someone to tweet. These do not typically trade very technically, right? So keep that in mind. But, maybe this is some kind of wonked out bear pennant. Maybe it breaks up. Maybe it breaks down. That's why I really don't feel comfortable giving a real strong bias on the altcoins. On the meme coins. Daily VWAP coming back to the upside. If you print a green dot, could get a move back up. But let me go ahead and pull these volume profiles real quick. So let me just get these key levels out here for you guys. So yeah, these are the levels I would look for. So, and I would look at this in terms of volume profiles, right? Boom. Nucci. There we go. Pop it in Nucci. There we go. So here you go, right? Golden pocket. We are losing the golden pocket right now. So if we continue down, your next key level is going to be this previous value area high, right? Sitting at whatever level that is, whatever this number is. But, this is a key level, more not as support. I mean, it is a support level, but really I'd be looking at this as insight into what's going to happen next, right? If we get accepted back into this range, I'd look for lower and feel more comfortable looking for longs at this blue box, right? Now, if you get a bounce and you come back to the upside, key resistance being this previous value area low, sitting. Hang on. Let me label this real quick. Previous value area low, sitting right here at 177,387. So key level of resistance, that previous value area low. Key level of support really down here at this 786 value area low POC confluence. But obviously this value area high is something to keep an eye on, but more to give you an idea of whether you're going to get accepted into this range or not. I wouldn't really be looking at this as like a mega strong level. Just really looking at this for context. And then if you come down to here, that's that key level I'd be looking at. So there you go. These are the lower levels and the higher levels I'd be looking at on Bonk. Other than that, green dot about to print on the daily, or is it printing? Let me double check. Yeah, looking to print a green dot on the daily. If that does happen, likely to get some kind of a move up with that key level being the previous value area low. So that's what I look at on Bonk. Just really hard to make these calls off the meme coins because like this thing could look as bearish as possible and then randomly just decides to moon. So just be careful with the meme coins as far as TA goes. But there you go. Bonk. I mean, shout out to anybody who bought Bonk at almost any point before the actual, anyone who bought Bonk at any point before October 22nd, absolutely in profit for the most part. But let's go ahead and let's continue on here. Let's see. Okay, let's continue on to the next altcoin, which is going to be Solana. Shout out to anybody who saw our Solana update right before we ripped up from $80 to $100. And let's take a look at what we got going on here. Let's pull up the live stream chart, take a look at Solana, and bada boom. Okay, so let's see. Okay, levels are respected. Let's get rid of these. Let's get rid of these fibs. Bada boom. Okay, reorder this. Boom. Okay. So, honestly, we are playing with some key levels of support right now. Now, here's the thing. On the daily, we have a fresh red dot on Solana. Are we about to finally see Solana pull back? I don't know, right? Nobody does. But as we wind up, yeah, we're playing with this key level. Right now, super key level on Solana, 107, right? If we lose 107, obviously, we play around with it. We lose it. We got back up. We lost it. We got back up. We're testing it again. If we decisively get stuck under this level, it could potentially open the door up to lower prices for Solana. Now, let's go ahead and see if we can find any confluence with our fib levels. Pulling from that impulse to the high, point of control golden pocket sitting right here is a key level to watch, right? Now, I don't know if we're going to get a pullback all the way to $80, but if we did, it would definitely be an area I'd be looking at for a bounce and potential scalp longs. Because not only do we have the golden pocket, but we also have the point of control, which obviously, if we wind up getting accepted back below this value area low, the next likely place for price to go is going to be that POC, and backed up by that golden pocket, this could be an area to look for some scalp keyword scalp longs, right? Looking for a potential bounce off that level. But once you start losing once you lose this 786, going to be more likely to come back down to the 60s, in my opinion. But right now, Solana 100% playing with some very, very key levels, being that $107 value area high. If we lose it, looking to come back down closer to $90. And with that fresh daily red dot, it is not impossible, in my opinion. Also, money flow generally trending to the downside. So not the best look. 12-hour red dot also printing, obviously could assist you in that move down to the POC. 8-hour red dot printing as well. You know what that means. We got to go down to the lower time frames and check out the money flow, which looks saucy right now, guys. It looks saucy. Here it is right here. Money flow coming on down, looking to cross over into the red. And as you guys know, when you have that 30-minute money flow crossing over into the red with a fresh red dot on the 8-hour, sometimes, just sometimes, that 30-minute money flow crossover can be the mark of a bigger move to the downside. So in my opinion, playing with fire right now, dancing on this doorway to lower prices, in my opinion, right here, let's label it door to lower prices. If we get accepted below this level, likely going to get more downside on Solana, potentially coming down to that $90 POC golden pocket confluence. So that's what I'd be looking at on Solana. Obviously, retracements are not impossible, so be careful. We have put in some bullish divergences here on the lower time frames. 15-minute bull div about to are confirmed, and another drive about to print. So we could get some local pushes back up, but I would look for the loss of this level to lead to potential bigger moves to the downside. And again, that 30-minute money flow crossover may be the thing to start that move. So keep an eye on that 30-minute money flow crossover. All right, let's see. Let's see. Shout out to Amal, says, Happy New Year. Any new meme coin? Not for me. I'm still just holding my COQ, not to be taken the wrong way. But let's see. Let's continue on. Shout out to Tony D. He's back. He's home. And back to work. Shout out to Tony D. Hope you enjoy. I mean, I talked to Tony, guys. I know he enjoyed his time in New York. But shout out to Tony D. Shout out to Servando Estrada. Shout out to you, bro. He said, I miss you, Frankie. I miss you back, bro. Thank you for tuning in, Servando. I appreciate you so much. But let's go ahead and move on to our next altcoin, which is going to be ICP. All right, let's see. Well, okay. So, yeah, not much has happened here. So, again, ICP running right into our next level of resistance. Let's come up to the higher time frames. Okay, this is a cryptic level of resistance. Well, it was respected. I do like to kind of try to figure out where we got the actual analysis from. Let's see. All right, well, I guess that's our chart. No? All right. Well, all right. We're going to take a look at the Coinbase chart. I bet you this was probably based off some kind of high volume node, based off the volume profile. Let's check it. Whoops. Come up to a higher time frame. Let the volume spawn. There it is. Okay. So come back up to the daily. Come on, volume profile. You could do it. Come on. There we go. Okay, yeah. So this is the kind of next significant volume. There you go. Next significant high volume node, right? We knew if we broke this high volume node here, we could shoot up either to this level or potentially this level, as we do have a little bit of a gap here, right? So if ICP continues to push up, right, I wouldn't be surprised if we get some kind of rejection here. Not only is this resistance, but we're also about to put in a daily bearish divergence right here. Again, not expecting it to go to zero or anything like that. But, once you print that red dot, going to be more likely to get a cool off. However, if you shoot above this level here, sitting at about 1464, could get a quick move through that low volume gap in this in between these two white lines, bringing you up to about $17, right? Not that big of a move, but this is going to be a significant level of resistance, as it is the next significant spike in volume, right? And then, even if you pulled a local volume profile right here, POC sitting right at the top of this box, right? So once you flip this purple box, we could see a move up to about $21.18 for ICP. But until then, Could we shoot right through this? Absolutely, but I would be very cautious once you start printing this daily bearish divergence. Again, going to be a little bit more likely to see a move down before you get the next move up if you confirm that bearish divergence. 16-hour bear div confirmed, 12-hour bear div also confirmed, 8-hour bear div confirmed, VWAP kind of trying to fight around. But yeah, shout out to Crypto Billy. Billy, I'll show that some love. I'll show that love in a second. Asta Pasta Rob, thank you for being here, bro. Happy New Year. Good to see. I feel like I haven't seen anybody in like 6 months because I didn't stream last week. But shout out to Rob. Thank you for being here, bro. Enjoy your night, and we will see you tomorrow, brother. Thank you for everything you do for us. But that's what we're looking for after ICP. If you get the push up, your key level to flip is right here at $17. You flip that $17 level, looking up towards about $21.18. If you get a rejection, it's likely to occur at this level if we do get it, right? And I would watch for that daily bearish divergence. I would not be front running this. I would wait for the red dot to print and then hunt for a short entry before looking for a potential move to the downside. And let's just go ahead and update this fib level. Bada boom. Move that up just a tad. So there you go. Actually, I'll just get rid of this altogether. Actually, where's that pulled from? Let me see. We can keep this. We can keep this. So if we do come down, key level to watch would be this Fibonacci Golden Pocket 786 retracement coming all the way down to about $7. So again, be careful of a pullback, but if we continue up, those are the next key levels I'd be looking at on ICP. And then coming up to the higher time frames, red dot looking to print on the weekly. That's likely, another sign that could give you a bigger move down. But other than that, money flow, fresh money flow crossover into the green on ICP, letting us know that the longer-term trend is likely to continue to the upside. So keep that in mind. That is what we're looking at on ICP. Now, let's move on to our last altcoin, which is going to be SEI. Let's check it out. Trying to find the best chart here. Okay. Doesn't look like there's... Okay, this is probably going to be the best one. All right, take a look at the daily. Definitely got daily bearish divergences here. Money flow looking kind of healthy, to be honest with you. Red dot printing. Granted, I don't know if I'd be expecting a big move down out of this. Let's continue on. Money flow continuing down on the 12-hour. 10-hour money flow continuing out. Bearish divergences continuing to form. Yeah, I would be careful with this. Let's see. We can take a look at XRP in a second. Shout out to Wick589. Shout out to you, bro. Thank you for being here. Crimson's girlfriend in the chat. Let's get it. Let's see. Even though some days I want to throw in the towel, and by that I mean throw the towel away and move to another world. Shout out to Wick's wife, Fine89. Shout out to you. Happy New Year. But anyway, continuing on here, guys. This thing is just on a tear, right? Starting to show potential signs of weakness with a daily bearish divergence. This does not mean that it is going to insta-dump, right? This is not what that means. Remember when I first learned how to trade, or not when I first learned how to trade, but when I first started looking at divergences, I was like, oh, easy. I'll just short every bear div and make $1 million. That is not how it works. But you do have signs of weakness, right? You're having moves, continuation to the upside, momentum continuing down, red dot printing on the daily. Shout out to Hulk Solana. Shout out to Hulk Solana. Yes, he must have sent that. He must be behind in the stream. Shout out to Hulk Solana. Yes, I will check SEI. Don't worry. Shout out to Hulk. But yeah, and did we get your other one, bro, that you super chatted? You said Solana. Was it SEI and Solana? Let me know. But yeah, we'll check out SEI. I guess right now we are checking it out. But anyway, bearish divergence printing, red dot, could pull back a little bit here in my opinion. Money flow kind of aggressively cutting off here on the 3-hour, your 2-hour coming out, 1 hour coming out, 30-minute crossing over into the red with your 8-hour red dot confirmed. I'd be careful of a pullback here. Now, what I will do is I will analyze this whole uptrend. I'm going to turn my value area to 100%, analyze all of the volume. And this is where I will get the key levels that, I'll be honest. If you pull back, the big level I would look at would be right here. This is kind of what I would look for. And I'm going to change this to an actual value, a 70% value area. There we go, right? So this is And for anyone who's confused on what I just did, I just changed the value area. Instead of showing 70%, I just told it to show 100%, right? So I could easily see all this volume. And clearly, what we're looking at here, guys, is just where the volume is, right? And clearly there is a lot of volume sitting down here between about 40 cents and 33 cents, right? We have a value area, two POCs, a value area low and a value area high, right? Making this kind of whole zone a very key level, right? And you can see it highlights this whole high volume node. Now, obviously, we clearly have a spike in volume here. We have a spike in volume here, right? But the next real significant spike in volume, the high volume nodes are down here, right? So first major level I'd be looking at, and we could pull some fibs from the low to the high. You can see your 786, this level right here specifically, kind of saucy in my opinion. POC, value area low, 786 confluence, right? Very nice level sitting here. I gotta come back. I'll come back to chat in a second. But this level right here, between 35 and 33 cents, this is gonna be a big level to watch, right? On top of this kind of whole value area between 38 and 34, right, cents. But these are the next key levels, right? So if we do get a pullback, right, could get a bounce off this high volume node right here, could get a bounce off the golden pocket, high volume node right here, right, confluence. So these are kind of the next levels I'd be looking at on SEI. So if we continue down, main level number 1, golden pocket, high volume node confluence. If we lose that, I would definitely be looking at a saucy level right here. 786 value area low, point of control, high volume node confluence right here. These are the two major levels I'd look at if we get a continued move to the downside for SEI and that daily bear div winds up playing out. These are the levels I would be looking at. So there you go. Let's see. Oh, yeah, wait, hang on one second. Shout out to Crypto Billy, guys. It's today. Guys, I'm lost right now. I'm still getting the swing of things. Today is Tuesday. Shout out to Crypto Billy. Let me pin that for you, bro. If you guys are interested, well, I don't care if you're interested or not. Go check out Crypto Billy's X space, Twitter space. I have to say Twitter space, formerly known as Twitter. But yeah, go check out Crypto Billy's space. Billy Goat Tails. Replace pinned message. It is pinned to the top of the chat, guys. Go check it out. Rob the Kurtzaw, Frank gave me permission, of course. See you tomorrow. Okay, yeah, guys, go check out, click that link, set a reminder to go check out Crypto Billy's Twitter Spaces. I was on it a couple weeks ago. Super, super valuable. I will be coming on another episode. I mean, if Billy will have me, I'm happy to come on another episode at some point in the near future. But you never know who he's going to come on and what kind of value they're going to spit. So go check it out. I believe it's going to be tonight. Crypto Billy, drop all the info. Feel free to shill it as much as you want, but definitely go check that out, guys. Shout out to Crypto Billy. Go blow it up, guys. Let's. I don't know what the viewership record is right now, Billy, but Mafia, whatever it is, let's go blow it out of the water for Crypto Billy. Let's go. Shout out to you, bro. But yeah, go check that out, guys. And with all that being said, let's just check out XRP really quickly. We can't end the stream without taking a look at XRP, which is literally doing the same thing it's been doing for the past 763 years, which is just bing-bonging around underneath this key level, which is the value area low. I'm actually pissed I even pulled this chart up because it's simply, like, stupid. It's like, why are we looking at this? But obviously, we've been looking at this for quite some time. Actually, breaking news, guys. My XRP short has been closed. I don't know why. I woke up one day and it was closed. I didn't get stopped out. I didn't close it manually. I don't know why I don't know why it closed. I just woke up one day and I opened Femex and it was closed. Breaks my heart. I don't know why it happened. The only thing I could think is if someone else went on the account and accidentally closed it, but I don't even understand how someone could do that. So I don't know what happened. Somehow I got kicked out of that short. I mean, we were way up, right? I think it was we were up like hundreds of percent. But I'm kind of upset because I had a beautiful stop loss all the way up here at 70 cents, which I was very comfortable getting hit and making money, right? I would have gotten stopped out in profit, but I guess we'll never know. But anyway, simply continuing to, talk about getting teased consistently on that XRP short, right? We took the short up here on that scam wick, rode it all the way down, took profit, and then held it. They couldn't stop us out, and we'll just never know what would have happened. But anyway, we're still stuck below this value area low, guys. Simply put, XRP is in the same exact position. We need to flip this value area low to support decisively before getting another move to the upside. Simply put, if we get another move up, watch on the golden pocket at 75 cents, 74 to 76 cents. And other than that, like literally nothing new on XRP, right? Daily green dot money flow, our daily money flow not looking healthy. Actually looking pretty bearish in my opinion, right? I will lose my mind if this thing winds up getting a massive dump and I just got kicked out of that short for no reason. They were probably pissed. They were like, dude, just get out of the short. I didn't even get wrecked on fees. Very obnoxious. But anyway, yeah, VWAP coming down to the downside on the daily. Money flow continuing out, which in my opinion is a little bit more bearish. Weekly green dot looking to print, which would be more bullish. Money flow also scooting to the upside here on the weekly. Not a horrible look. Green dot looking to print on the 3-day. 2-day green dot printing. Red dot flashing on the 12-hour. It looks like we may be in for some more of this price action, right? A lot of this bing bong action, little bing bong, bing bong, bing bong, bing bong, bing, bing bong, bing bong, bing bong, bing bong, right? Boring. So we may just look for some consolidation, but again, really focusing on the key levels here, guys. If we flip this value area low at 63 cents to support decisively, that's where we expect to get the bigger move to the upside, targeting that golden pocket between 74 and 75 cents, eventually hoping to make it up to that 786 POC confluence at 83 cents, and then maybe even getting a move up to the value area high at $1.29, but we're very far away from that. Let's escape this value area low first, right? Like this has been a very, very, very long time that we've just been sitting below this level. All right, let's see. Praying for a move, and I ain't even religious. It's just so boring. Shout out to Paper Beats Rock. Turns out that value area low beats XRP. Shout out to Paper Beats Rock. Yeah, man, I feel the same way, bro. Just waiting for this thing to make a move. Let's see. Okay, let's go ahead. You guys are funny. All right, let's see. Somebody said... Yo, shout out to Wix Wife 589 or Fine 89. Thank you for the super chat. Says, love my weirdo crypto fam. Bing bong. Shout out to you. Shout out to Wick and his wife, Fine 89. Let's get it. Somebody said, John Almond is the new Cody. Oh, no. Oh, no. We got a new Cody. Shout out to Cody. Did Cody ever come back? We miss you, Cody. Cody, if you're watching this, bro, come back. We love you. We love you, and we want to be friends with you. But shout, I don't know what the guy Sean said, but John, we love you, bro. Whatever you said, we love you, bro. We hope things get better for you. I'm just saying that because that's what we said to Cody. I don't know what he said, but we love you, John. Hopefully things get better for you. Everyone short XRP. Let's go. Shout out to Alpha. Okay. Let's continue on here. What do we got? What do we got on time? Let's check it. Okay. Let's go ahead and pull up that wheel of pain and pleasure. Bada boom, bada bing. Where are we? Okay. Let's pull up that wheel of pain and pleasure. Smash that like button. Guys, if we get 550 likes on tonight's stream, I will give away 2 Frankie Candles hats. I don't know if we're going to get it, but let's try. Boom. Okay. Wheel? All right. Wheel was late to the job today. Let's see. Okay. All right. Yeah. Shout out to shout out to Elionic says, when is the indicator coming out? Top secret. Soon, guys. Soon. You will know more about the indicator coming up very, very, very soon. Shout out to Retro Mike. Let's go. Shout out to Retro Mike. Bing bong. Shout out to you, bro. Thank you so much for gifting those 5 Frankie Candle memberships. You're the man. And let's go. Shout out to Baby G, Joe, Crypto Paradox, Drew, and Crypto Naughty. Shout out to you guys for getting those memberships. Let's go. Let's see. Shout out to Patrick. Said, every time you say that, I have to double check that I smashed the like button, even though I know I did. Shout out to you, bro. All right, let's go ahead and spin this wheel. What do we got? 300 and something likes here. 387. We got 3 spins to start off. But let's get it to 4, and we'll spin it 5 times. Shout out to T-Wad. Says, FFS, if you know, you know. Like the live stream. Let's go. Let's see. Okay. Give them a giveaway, baby. Starting off 2024 on the right foot with a 45K plus Bitcoin and a winning wheel spin. Let's go. Shout out to Nikki94 Boo. How you doing? Thank you for being here. Give them another giveaway. Let's get it. We got 5 more likes for 400. Shout out to Wick says, I wouldn't smash the like button, but I might take it to prom. Shout out to Wick. Somebody lock up Wick, we're already calling the cops on you. 2024, first stream, we're calling cops on Wick. Let's go. Shout out to Wick 589. Oh, God. All right, let's see. Did we just get all giveaways? Give me one more giveaway, and we end this stream. Let's go. Bing bong. Give them a 4th giveaway. Let's go. I don't want to curse it there, guys. We got 400 likes, 4 giveaways, 4 spins on the wheel, 4 for 4. Let's go. Shout out to Apples Up North said, Frankie Candles, I ordered some cool LED neon for the giveaway sign. Hopefully gets here soon so I can get it sent to you ASAP. Shout out to Apples Up North. Wait, are you serious? Yo, Apples Up North, hit me up. Hit me in the DMs on Discord. Yo, shout out to Stupid Bitcoin. Says go stupid on the like button. Let's go. Shout out to Crypto Anon. I see you in here. Yo, shout out to Gains for Life. Said, wow, Frankie, new here. Such energy, bro. Stream is on fire. Smash that like button. Shout out to you, bro. Welcome to the Candle Mafia. Thank you for being here. Hopefully you subscribe to the channel where we do live TA every single weekday at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And shout out to you. I saw whatever that guy John said. He said something about being a bad trader. It's really funny. I will say this. John, shout out to you, bro. Whatever you're going through in your life, it's going to get better, I promise. I've probably been in a worse situation than you are right now. And it's fine. We don't hate our haters here. We like our haters. I actually strive to help our haters because I used to be just like you. I used to be miserable, and I used to do what you're doing, or what I think you're doing from what people said. We're here for you. I promise it will get better. Like I said, I was probably in a worse situation than you are, right? But through hard work and dedication and never giving up, I was gonna make a joke, but nobody would get it. But anyway, I was able to better my life, right? And by not being a hater. Hate only comes from below, right? So once you realize that, you'll never meet a successful person that will talk down to you or hate on you, right? Only people who are losing do that. So what I would suggest is do what I did. Understand the situation you're in and understand why you're doing things. And once you become self-aware enough to realize what you're doing and accept what you're doing is wrong and change it, that's when your life will change for the better. It's extremely hard. I'm not even trolling. It's extremely hard. But I did it. So I know you can too. So stick around. Shout out to you. You're probably still in here. Shout out to you, bro. Smash that like button. Watch the stream. And let me know if you need any help. And if you think I'm a bad trader, you can just go back and look at all the streams and the Discords and all that stuff. It's all recorded. So that's the funny thing. People are like, this guy sucks at trading. It's like, it's all recorded. Like, you can go, I'm not here to prove anything. Like, you can just go check. Everything's recorded. But shout out to you, bro. We love you. The Candle Mafia is here for you. And more importantly, hit me up if you need any help. But with all that being said, guys, in 2024, we show the haters extra love because we all know they need it. But with all that being said, guys, Happy New Year. We couldn't have started off on a better foot with Bitcoin breaking that 45K level. Shout out. I forget who just said it. Shout out to whoever just said they subscribed to the channel. Shout out to you guys. And super excited to move into 2024. Full speed ahead, guys. Like I said, we will be we will be changing the content schedule just slightly at some point coming up soon, but it's really just to add more content in. So we're not really changing much. We're just kind of adding stuff. But I will keep you guys updated as we get all that together. But with all that being said, thank you all for tuning into 2024's first Frankie Candles live stream, where we will be right here every single weekday, 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on the Frank Candles YouTube channel. I love you, Candle Mafia. Let's crush 2024 like we crushed 2023. That's all I got. Frankie Candles out. Bing bong.
I ain't tryna see your hand out. No free bees, better pay out. Y'all so cheap, man, we stay out. Feel like a breeze, don't play around. Y'all better pay for the CD. Y'all better pay to come see me. They left the whole crowd sleeping, and that's why you really gon' need me. Y'all better pay for the CD. Y'all better pay to come see me. They left the whole crowd sleeping. And that's why you really gon' need me.
Yeah, I've been on the road chill. 31, baby, living out my dream still. I just got off a tour, the product in store. I'm playing, I'll be rocking with the guy in the horse. Yeah, you just hopped in the coupe, got lock in the shoes. I worship his Zeus, you not gonna shoot. I'm watching you do the campaign, swear I'm blocking these fools. I got studio time, I got my watch in the booth. Yeah, they be praying on my downfall. I'm an outlaw, switching pulls every stance like Southpaw. How come your mouth off when y'all soft? No, you see me on the trampoline, about to bounce off. Yeah, it's a matter of time. I know you see me standing in the front, back of the line. I happen to grind every minute, passing the time. We ain't never been friends. How you acting like mine? Y'all need contentment. Y'all got resentment. God's grace lead to repentance. You live for mentions that make me question how you gonna handle a gift if you don't know how to steward a blessing. You can't do it. You don't want a dream chase. You don't put your hands to it. You know the circle strong. 4th and 40 got a pun. No, I don't do what I want. I do it for the kingdom come. I ain't know that I was flowing. I ain't showing sign of slowing. I am going for the juggler, mate. The one to debate. But you seem to want it for free. I ain't doing video unless I'm gonna get paid. Yeah, I've been working on a gift. I ain't doing free shows. You can call me here again. You can call me what you want. It's really absurd. Just because you're the church doesn't really mean you don't have to pay me what I am worth. Woo.
I ain't tryna see your hand out. No freebies, better pay out. Y'all so cheap, man, we stay out. Felt like a breeze, don't play around. Y'all better pay for the CD. Y'all better pay to come see me. They left the whole crowd sleeping. And that's why you really gon' need me. Y'all better pay for the CD. Y'all better pay to come see me. They left the whole crowd sleeping. And that's why you really gon' need me. Y'all better pay for the CD. Y'all better pay to come see me. They left the whole crowd sleepy. And that's when you really gon' need me.
Oh, hey, guys. Don't forget to go to Crypto Billy's Twitter. Link posted or pinned to the top of the chat. Go check out Crypto Billy's Twitter and tune in to his, I want to say live stream. Tune into his Twitter space or his X space tonight at 9 or 9:30. Billy, correct me in the chat. Guys, go check it out. Blow him up. I might stop by as well. I got to go eat Mrs. Candles, but I'm going to try to stop by. Shout out to Crypto Billy. Also, 12-hour Blood Diamond just popped up on XRP as I was sitting here. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to the CandleMafia. That's all I got. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hasta pasta. Frank Candles out. Bing bong.
Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the road, here we go. Yeah, we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming, I'm a landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command, like, yeah, you about to see me on demand, like, you know on demand. If you ain't know, you about to understand. Yeah, I got the team by my side, right hand. Yeah, take it to a string, you ain't seen it like that. Yeah, and it's the dream, and we coming for the bag. Yeah, and we ain't never going back now. Future expedited, now we on the fast track now. They won't lend a hand, now they see us on the map now. It's time to act out. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the road, here we go, yeah, at the top of the class on a roll, ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know, yeah, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah, on the road, here we go, here we go. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the road, here we go, yeah, at the top of the class on a roll.